Howdy folks, how's it going? Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. Today I'm showing you how to make some caramel choux buns, aka profiteroles, as requested by Svajunas Sekas. What a cool name. They look amazing, right? And trust me, they taste gorgeous too. So much so that they're actually like pulling me in right now. So I'm glad I'm talking to you guys. And I also want to kind of have some fun with you guys too, and some of my YouTube friends too. You'll notice there's a little hashtag down there that says deleBAKE, okay? Think of delegate, but then change it to deleBAKE. I'll tell you a little bit about that at the end, and I want you to get involved, okay? So hopefully you want to try out these choux pastry buns. When you think of choux pastry, don't think of shoes, think of these gorgeous things. If you want to have a go at making this, hit pause on the video. Hello, can I help you? Right now, write all these ingredients down. This is how you do it. Do it. First up, in a saucepan, you want to merge together the water and butter. So under a low flame, keep mixing it until the butter's melted and merged in together. And as soon as it starts to bubble, take that pan off the heat, dump in your flour, stir it through with a spatula, and it should start to form a nice sticky ball. Once it gets to that sticky ball stage, you want to put it back on the heat literally just for a minute to dry it out, and then take that pan off the heat again and let it cool just for 5 minutes. With your pan nice and cooled, pour in one of your beaten eggs and mix it well together into that mixture. You may feel like you're scrambling eggs at first, but just go with it and gradually add the remaining eggs until you've got a nice thick mixture that's still a little bit maneuverable. Spoon small blobs of your choux pastry onto a greased baking tray, well spread apart, and then give them a little brush of egg. Then you want to whack them in the oven, and you'll notice I've got a little ramekin at the bottom of that to help generate steam. So just like old school trains, steam plays a massive part in this recipe. So inside my ramekin there was some water, so as it got hot, it would steam the choux pastry to help it rise. Good times. Whilst the buns are baking, whip up some double cream in a bowl until nice and thick, then mix in some vanilla and sugar, then just keep it in the fridge until you need it later. Now I've got to tell you, when you first get those buns out of the oven, they are going to look amazing, golden brown and risen and full of air. But after a while, it's going to go down. The air is going to go out of it naturally, it's perfectly fine, but it's going to sag. A little bit like a witch's. With the choux buns fully cooled, flip them over and make a little incision in the bottom of them using a sharp knife, and then just fill them with the double cream you whipped earlier using a piping bag. Once they're all done, just plonk in the fridge while we make our caramel topping. Our caramel topping was made by mixing together in another saucepan under a low flame brown sugar, milk and butter. Once it's all melted, crank the heat up a little bit and it will start to bubble away. And this is good, my friends, it's starting to caramelise. You want to remove that from the heat at that stage and add in your icing sugar, mixing it all through until it's fully blended, and that's the topping all done. Now before the grand finale, it's time to lay down a recipe challenge to you. So I'm going to deleBAKE, like delegate to you, a recipe challenge baking. So what I want you to do is bake your favourite sweet / savoury dessert and just either take a picture of it or do a video response to this. That would be amazing, and hashtag it in your title, deleBAKE, just like I have. Easy peasy, and let's get some of my favourite YouTube friends involved. Felicitas Pizarro, French guy cooking, the Chappers, and Cooking with Amber. There you go, there's 4 of them right there. I want to see your attempts, guys. Send it back to me, let's see some hashtag action going on. Tag me in it as well if you want to. I'd love to see what you come up with. Let's finish these buns off. So with our caramel topping nice and cooled, I grabbed our gorgeous choux buns from the fridge, whacked them on a wire rack, and began to drizzle over that caramel. I let it settle, and then grabbed some extra chocolate sauce, put some zigzags on top, and oh my goodness, it tasted good. Oh my goodness, guys, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you would have known I described these as like a firework, a taste explosion in your mouth, and it is just that. They are so good, so fresh, very, very naughty. Make them, eat them, then go for a huge run and feel better about yourself. So I really hope you get involved in deleBAKing, so baking for yourself, show me what you do, show me all my YouTube friends what you do, and then sharing it with your friends, getting them stuck in as well. Let's see what we can do, right? Hashtag it up. Oh my God, I gotta go for a run. See you next time.